The art of beginning again. Alex stood in front of the blank canvas, a palette of vibrant colors of paints in his hand and a brush in the other. The studio around him buzzed with the quiet hum of creativity as other participants in the beginner's art class lost themselves in their work. For Alex, this was uncharted territory. He had always admired art from afar, but had never dared to pick up a brush himself. Taking a deep breath, he dipped the brush into the rich blue hue and made his first stroke. The line wavered, the paint uneven. Frowning, he tried to correct it, but the more he fussed, the messier it became. Frustration bubbled up as his canvas turned into a swirl of unintended colors and shapes. Glancing around, he saw others creating beautiful pieces, which only magnified his sense of failure. After the class, Alex considered not returning. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this, he thought. But that evening, his friend Maya called. "How was the art class?" she asked enthusiastically. "Disastrous," Alex admitted. "I made a mess of the canvas. Everyone else seemed to know what they were doing except me." Maya chuckled softly. "You know, no one is perfect when they start something new. Remember when I tried to learn guitar? My fingers felt like they were tied in knots, and the sounds I produced were anything but music." "Yeah, but you got better over time," Alex pointed out. "Exactly," she replied, "because I kept practicing. The first attempt isn't about perfection, it's about taking the first step." Her words lingered in Alex's mind. The next day, he decided to give the class another try. This time, he approached the canvas with a different mindset. Instead of aiming for mastering the piece, he allowed himself to experiment. He mixed colors freely, letting go of rigid expectations. The result was still far from perfect, but he felt a spark of joy in the process. The instructor, noticing his efforts, approached him. "That's an interesting blend of colors," she commented. "What inspired you?" Alex shrugged. "I stopped worrying about making mistakes and just painted what I felt." She smiled. That's the essence of art. Expressing yourself without fear. Now, over the next few weeks, Alex continued attending the class. Each session brought new challenges, but also a new discovery. He tried different techniques, sometimes failing spectacularly, but other times creating something he was proud of. One day, the class was given an assignment to paint something that represented personal growth. Alex pondered his journey and decided to paint a small plant, breaking through the soil, reaching towards the sun. As he worked, he realized the plant symbolized his own experience, struggling at first, but steadily growing. When he finished, he stepped back and looked at his work. It wasn't perfect, but it told a story, his story. At the end of the class, the students shared their pieces. When it was Alex's turn, he explained, "This plant represents starting something new and the growth that comes from persevering. I used to focus on my mistakes, but now I see them as part of the process." The class applauded, and a few students approached him afterward to share their own struggles with learning art. Alex felt a sense of connection and appreciation, not just for his work, but for the journey he had undertaken. Later, as he walked home, Alex reflected on how close he had come to giving up after that first class. If he had quit, he would have missed out on the satisfaction of overcoming challenges and the joy of creative expression. He realized that success isn't always immediate and failure isn't a dead end, but a stepping stone. Each mistake taught him something new, and each attempt was an opportunity to grow. Now, by appreciating his efforts rather than fixating on imperfections, he found fulfillment in the journey itself. So Alex's story highlights that first-time success is rare when starting new endeavors. It's natural to stumble and face setbacks. However, embracing failure as a learning opportunity allows us to grow and improve. By focusing on the progress made rather than the initial outcome, we can appreciate efforts and continue moving forward. The true success lies not in perfection, but in the courage to begin again and the persistence to keep trying.